Teenage rebellion is part of growing up, but some girls lose complete control.
That's what we need to do.
A love of the dark side.
Hello, friends.
Ends in the attack of innocence.
For this group, killing was an initiation.
A traumatized girl lashes out in a way nobody expects.
This was fury. This was jealousy. This was overkill.
And a trusted babysitter keeps the children quiet forever.
Every parent's worst imaginable nightmare.
These deadly women are young, but not sweet. They commit teen terror. Rural Kentucky, 1996. By the time she is 17 years old, Natasha Cornett doesn't have much of a chance in life.
Natasha had a really bad upbringing, a lot of hard times.
Natasha! Unhappy at home and friendless at school.
Who do you think you're doing? Don't even care! Mom, I do care!
Natasha becomes a loner.
Get out of my room. Get the hell out of my room!
She came from a very dysfunctional family. Had a hard time in school, was an outcast, was ostracized by her classmates.
There is one thing Natasha can control: her image. She suffers from acute anorexia, losing up to 30 pounds a month. And it's not her only affliction.
Why can't she stay here?
The state insurance only covers 11 days.
Natasha also was diagnosed as having severe bipolar disorder, one of the most difficult mental illnesses to live with and to treat. People with it suffer. People around them may suffer even more.
She needs
Poverty and mental illness are not friends. Without health insurance, the teenager gets little help.
Natasha was hospitalized only 11 days, and there's no indication that she was maintained on medication, which would have been essential for her to keep her urges and impulses under control.
Free to roam, Natasha's disturbed mind discovers a comfortable home. The subculture life of a goth, with fellow misfits, 18-year-old Crystal Sturgill and 17-year-old Karen Howell.
What are you doing here?
They were all sort of dropouts or people who fell through the cracks in school.
Does it look like it's any of your business? Get the hell out of here! Now!
They dressed in Gothic fashion, black clothing, black makeup. Looked satanic. If you were looking for satanic, that's what might come to mind.
Satanic is exactly what Natasha has in mind. She sees links to the dark side everywhere, even in her name.
Hey guys!
I think Natasha started spelling her name backwards. Aw, Satan. Because she wanted people to be afraid of her.
I really am the daughter of Satan.
With a burgeoning charisma, Natasha attracts more Gothic devotees.
There was a suicide in here.
She seemed to be the leader of the group.
Seances work best around dead people.
Together with 3 male friends, the group develop a strong adolescent bond.
Come on, dude.
Do it.
They would rent hotel rooms and have seances and satanic rituals.
Oh boy. Jay, so you moving it?
The whole goth thing is a way for many kids to act out and be rebellious. It's really just a phase, and they have no interest in hurting someone.
Speak to me, I can hear you.
But every now and then, someone is in that culture because they are seriously disturbed and they want to hurt someone.
Natasha wants more to the rituals. She wants to include sacrifice.
She wanted people to be afraid of her. She wanted to align herself to the dark side. And she did.
Natasha wants to show Kentucky her killer instinct. Rural Kentucky, 1997. Natasha Cornett and her Gothic group of friends are looking for inspiration in a horror movie.
Ready, wait for it.
17-year-old Natasha, diagnosed with bipolar disorder, is their ringleader.
That's what we need to do. We should go on a killing spree around the country. Yeah.
Like many teenagers, they want to make their mark on the world.
Jace. You're really cool, Jace. Come on, Jace. Oh,
I really don't know what it takes for a group of people to take on that mentality of murder.
I've got a gun.
You do?
Yes.
You can get it?
They had no concept of tomorrow
I can get my diets going. You can? Yeah.
or consequences. And they just don't care.
Wait, this is the best part. Right.
The group plan a road trip that will define their lives. Jehovah's Witnesses, Vidar Lilylid and his family are used to sharing their beliefs.
The Jehovah's Witnesses were having a convention about 30 miles north of here. They had been to that convention and they were going home.
At an Interstate 81 truck stop in Greenville, Tennessee, innocence meets evil.
Jehovah's Witnesses are known for being active and trying to recruit new members. They leave pamphlets and that sort of thing.
Sure? They look like they could use it.
Come on, Dad. That may have been the worst thing they could have done.
Hello, friends. Do you believe in Jesus? Does it look like we believe in Jesus? We're all sons and daughters of God, right?
Vidar, his wife Delphina, and their children Tabitha and Peter are in the wrong place at the wrong time. This young family will not be recruiting for God. Instead, they are taken hostage at gunpoint and driven into the night.
Put them in their respective cars and take off and get off the interstate just a few miles down the road.
And it's a dead-end gravel one-lane road. They go down toward the end of that road and force the people out of the car.
Get out of the car! Get out!
At the hands of Natasha and her gang, the family experience a horror no one can comprehend.
This group of very strange-looking people is surrounding them and laughing, and they see the weapon.
Leave us alone.
That's perfect. Stop.
Where's your God now, huh? Where's your God now? Jesus can hear you.
Come on, I want to hear you pray to him.
I can't imagine what that would have been like to know that your family was in peril like that.
Yeah.
Mommy, what's gonna happen?
It's gonna be okay.
Shoot him in the right eye.
You don't have to do this.
Shut up!
One by one, all the members of the Lily Lid family are shot.
I don't know which one shot first, but the rest of them are observing their family being shot.
The indication was that the children were shot last. The little girl had apparently walked around in her mother's blood. The boy, even though he was 2 years old, they shoot him through the head.
Natasha and her gang leave a signature. A shot through the eye of each victim.
The males were shot in the right eye, and the women on the left.
When it comes to Satan worship, most teenagers are what we call dabblers. For this group, killing was an initiation, a way that they could all be bonded together through this horrible crime.
The final act of the ritual. The teenagers drive over the bodies. The woods aren't as secluded as they think. Neighbors hear shots and call the police. They discover the tragic scene within hours. But there is a miracle.
Peter survived. The 2-year-old boy had been shot through one of his eyes with a bullet exiting the side of his head. It didn't kill him.
But his young life is shattered.
He's disabled by the extent of his injuries. They had difficulty walking and, of course, blind in one eye.
Natasha and her gang are on the run, but not for long.
They were driving the van that they had stolen from the Lily Lid family.
Within days, police pick them up. The teenagers could face the death penalty. To avoid that, Natasha Cornett and her gang plead guilty to first-degree murder. And on Friday the 13th, March 1998, each received 3 life sentences. No possibility of parole.
There is true evil in the world, and that's what this case showed.
Few understand why these teenagers killed. Natasha had untreated mental problems, but her friends seemed to just go along for the ride.
If you wanted to be a member of this group, you were going to have to participate in this ritualistic killing.
Some of the defendants supposedly had told other friends that, quote, we're going to make headlines. Of course they did, maybe not the ones they wanted to make.
They were very young, and they will all die in prison. That's where they need to be for the rest of us to be safe.
Two girls sharing the same family, but very different lives.
And the collision was catastrophic.
The best of intentions
You think you're gonna be all right here?
can go horribly wrong.
She changed, and she changed for the worse.
This poor troubled
Sometimes monsters are real. In 2008, Brooklyn, New York.
I'm home. I've got my report card.
Tiana Brown is happy and hopeful for the future.
Look what I got for English.
Tiana wasn't happy-go-lucky. She got good grades in school.
That's my girl.
She seemed to be a very delightful child.
Her grandmother and step-grandfather are raising her.
And it seemed to be going really well for her.
And he did well in music.
Until life deals a hard blow. Thirteen-year-old Tiana is exposed to trauma no one should have to endure.
She was raped 3 times by a boy.
From this moment, the teenager's life is never the same.
Very, very traumatic thing to happen to a young girl.
The promise Tiana shows as a child is now a distant memory. She swaps good grades for the streets of Brooklyn.
Whoa, pimp kicks, girl.
She didn't want to go to school anymore. She didn't want to listen to her grandmother.
I don't know where she is.
She started running away.
She was quite troubled. Had problems with authority.
And if you hear anything, call me.
Basically hang out with, I would say, undesirables.
Yet life hasn't finished revealing its ugly truth to the troubled teen.
We both love you, Tiana. It's in the past.
When she was 15, she learned the dark family secret.
We both love you.
It's not true. I don't believe you.
It is true.
Her grandmother's boyfriend, the man she looked up as her grandfather, was actually her father.
Don't touch me.
Having raped her mother when she was, I believe, 15.
Who are you? I don't want to listen to you, are you?
The strained family relationship simply withers.
He was still a part of their family circle. It was more than she could bear. The family said she changed, and she changed for the worse.
With virtually nothing left of her fractured home life, hope all but fades for Tiana. Until a helping hand reaches out.
Oh no.
What is it?
Tiana's run away again.
That girl is taking the wrong path.
Her Aunt Marva Braithwaite offers her a stable home and the good influence of her 16-year-old daughter, Shannon.
Tiana's grandmother felt that she couldn't control her anymore, and she asked Tiana's aunt to take her in. Their aunt was church-going, was successful in raising her daughter, and she hoped that she would be a good influence on Tiana.
So, this is my room, and that's your bed.
These are mine.
No.
Tiana and her cousin have always been close.
And that's my camera.
Now that they are roomies, it's hoped Shannon can be a role model.
Shannon did very well in school. She was a very upbeat young woman. Everyone hoped that that positive influence would rub off on Tiana.
You think you're gonna be all right here?
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, listen to this. Tell me what you think. We worship each other for packing.
Despite outward appearances of contentment, Tiana is still a troubled soul.
You believe what they say because it's words in your favorite song.
Not interested in their Christian comfort.
What do you think?
Whatever.
Tiana was in trouble. She needed clinical psychiatric intervention. Their agenda for the life they wanted wasn't necessarily at all the agenda that Tiana wanted for her life. And the collision was catastrophic.
In 2008, in Brooklyn, New York,
You think you're gonna be all right here?
Yes, ma'am.
Marva Braithwaite and her 16-year-old daughter, Shannon, are offering a new start for their runaway relative, 15-year-old Tiana Brown.
The deal is, you can stay here as long as you don't miss school and you go to church. That's cool.
Maybe it would make her turn her life around
You just have to let the Lord in.
and get her past all her pain.
Give me your hand, sweetheart.
They try to push Tiana into going to church, going to school,
Dear Heaven,
doing right.
thank you for allowing us to be here today. And Lord, please.
But it's too late.
Amen to that.
Tiana needed much, much more than that.
Tiana is unstable and out of control. Two days after taking in her niece, Marva notices something a little strange.
You sure you don't want to come?
Yeah, Mama, it's cool.
Marva went to work and had left the two girls in the kitchen making breakfast.
What time will you be back?
Why?
She thought it was odd that she was questioned a couple of times by Tiana about when she would be returning home.
You girls, be good now.
But she didn't think a whole lot of it.
We will, Mama. Bye, have fun.
Okay.
Marva leaves a happy household. But while she's away, things will turn ugly.
There was a lot of stuff, bad feelings, bad thoughts going on inside of Tiana that she couldn't handle.
I told you not to touch my camera!
No one is sure what happens between the girls. But Tiana snaps.
Tiana perpetrated an extremely vicious, violent attack on her cousin Shannon. It was brutal.
This wasn't self-defense. This was all-out anger, passionate rage. This was fury. This was jealousy. This was overkill.
After the murder, Tiana takes her reward.
She pulled the sneakers off her cousin's feet and put them on her own.
She took some of her clothes, she took her cell phone, she took her camera.
I think it was a combination of jealousy, rage, And Shannon had the life that Tiana knew she never would. When Tiana exploded, Shannon was the closest one to her.
But Tiana is thinking clearly enough to try and protect herself.
Someone broke in. He stabbed my cousin so many times.
She called the police and made a report about a strange man named Yusuf
Yes, his name is Yusuf.
that broke into the apartment and stabbed her cousin.
Okay.
Before the police can find the crime scene, Marva arrives home.
Shannon! Oh God, no!
The mother found her daughter in a pool of blood. Obviously, one cannot imagine the horror of seeing your child in that situation.
Please, help me!
Tiana is missing. But police don't have to look far. She is found close by, still wearing her cousin's sneakers.
She was taken into a police precinct and she quickly confessed. She said, yes, I cut her.
A shocked community tried to discover the reasons for such a horrific act by the teen.
Tiana never said why she killed her cousin.
Her defense attorneys argue she suffers from post-traumatic stress disorder because of the earlier rapes.
They made the case that episode or flashback during the murder prompted her to basically irrationally kill her cousin.
But the jury isn't convinced. On October 7th, 2011, Tiana Brown is convicted of second-degree murder and sentenced to 15 years to life in prison.
The things that happened to Tiana in her young life certainly were contributing factors to that horrible day. But I don't think it can safely be said that she murdered her cousin simply because she was suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder.
The quiet of the night is pierced with tragedy. The death of an infant girl.
Believed to be a cot death.
Amongst the sadness and confusion,
Is he gonna be okay?
The coincidences were astronomical.
a mother must confront her greatest fear
I'm afraid of what she'll do next.
before it's too late.
It must have been heartbreaking.
Snap.
Sibling rivalry is something every parent deals with at some stage in their children's lives. In 1976, in the Sydney suburb of Claymore, Australia, 14-year-old Helen Moore proves more than a handful.
Snap. Loser.
Helen showed signs of extreme violence to other children when she was a young girl.
Get off, Mom! Get off! Mom! What are you doing? Get off him! Get off him!
She almost scalped her little brother in a squabble.
How could you do that to your brother? Look!
That was the first time her mother thought maybe something was wrong with Helen.
34-year-old Jessie can't understand what's wrong with her daughter.
Her mother was so concerned about her daughter that she took her for psychiatric assessment.
Now, Mrs. Moore, I spoke to Helen. I got her side of the story, and I have to tell you, slipping her over is a normal thing.
She almost scalped him.
Jessie is torn between love and fear of her only daughter.
There's something seriously wrong with that girl. I'm afraid of what she'll do next.
Jessie described her daughter as part angel, part nightmare. There were warning signs that Helen had problems with violence. Her mother was very, very worried about her.
Look, this is a script for anti-anxiety pills.
Nothing is found to be wrong with Helen.
I just think we need to calm her down a little bit.
But the doctor thinks her mother needs something to calm her.
Her mother ended up being the one that got the medication.
Left alone, the family cope with their strange girl for 3 years.
Mummy, Andrew's not waking up.
But then, there's a family tragedy.
In March 1979, Helen's brother
He's not breathing. Call an ambulance.
died of a cot death,
Mom, what happened to Andrew?
14 months of age.
Oh my God. What's wrong? What's wrong with him, Mom? He's not breathing.
The apparent crib death of her brother hit 17-year-old Helen hard.
It was later believed that she blamed herself for this, though it was proved to be a natural death.
Okay, so I've made up 2 bottles. But you should be right with just one. And you can reach me on this number if you need me. Okay.
The teenager finds comfort in the company of other children.
Girl, I'll see you soon.
She starts offering to babysit for friends and family.
Have fun.
Thanks.
Curiously, only a couple of months later, Helen went into the business of babysitting.
Helen looks after her cousin, 16-month-old Suzanne McIntosh. But something goes horribly wrong.
Susan died in her sleep in Helen's charge, and that also was believed to be a cot death. That was 2 cot deaths in the same family within the space of 3 months.
In the face of a second crib death, the stoic teenager impresses family and friends by doing the unexpected.
Now, you'd think that that'd be enough for anyone, but no, instead, she chose to go on babysitting.
Okay, bye.
A year later, the teenager is settled into a normal routine. But tragedy is following Helen like a curse.
Open the door! Help! Help! Vaughn, he's not breathing. He's not breathing. I just checked on him before.
When did this happen? Vaughan Nicholson was in Helen's care and mysteriously became ill, and she ran to the neighbours.
Is he going to be all right?
Boy was taken to hospital.
Yeah, look, I think you'll be all right, Helen. Just call your mum and dad.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to take him to hospital.
Okay.
Although the child survives, Helen's babysitting business is over. But she still has her younger brother to look after. Australian teenage babysitter, 17-year-old Helen Moore, has had more than her fair share of sorrow.
He's not breathing, darling.
Losing her baby brother to crib death is just the beginning of a tragic curse. The children she sits keep waking up gravely ill.
Little 2-year-old Aaron Crocker rushed to hospital in a very, very critical condition, but survives.
Or even more tragic, they end up dead.
3 weeks later, another little child, Rachel Hay, under Helen's care, she mysteriously dies.
In the working-class neighborhood of Claymore, Sydney, 2 children have died and 2 have become seriously ill while under Helen's care.
People started to think that there was something diabolically wrong.
And when no one thinks it could get any worse, it does.
Her 7-year-old brother Peter was found dead in the home while it was just Helen and Peter inside the house. He had fallen down the stairs and died.
For their mother, Jessie, a creeping awareness begins to transcend her unbearable grief.
The penny finally dropped.
She realized that her daughter was probably a murderer.
You did this!
The circumstances were just too great. The coincidences were astronomical that all of these children being in Helen's care could now be deceased.
Slowly, the pieces come together.
Helen repeatedly smothered these children to death, or attempted to. It made her feel good. It made her feel powerful. That's why she did it.
Little Rachel Hay was smothered while sleeping.
Women are not seen as killers, especially young teenage women.
Aaron Crocker survives, but is left blind and disabled, and dies several years later.
Helen got away with 3 murders and 2 attempted murders before anyone suspected anything.
Vaughn Nicholson is lucky to survive unscathed. But Helen's first victim never has a chance.
Helen Patricia Moore was every parent's worst imaginable nightmare.
Suzanne McIntosh dies, not of crib death, but by Helen's hand.
She enjoyed murdering children.
Thank you. Goodbye.
You be a good boy today.
And in March 1980, when Helen's mother leaves her kids home alone,
Bye.
she loses everything.
She came up behind him, tried to throttle him. He escaped. He managed to get away.
He fought back. He was 7 years old. He wasn't a defenseless infant.
She held him down for 4 minutes until the boy suffocated. That's about as callous as you would ever find. A sister killing her own brother, who she allegedly loved.
But Helen's killing is over. A grieving mother must give up her only daughter.
It must have been heartbreaking, but she did the right thing and called the police.
Leaving a trail of devastated parents, including her own mother. Helen confesses to all 3 murders and 2 assaults. She stands trial in 1980.
It took the jury just 2 hours to find her guilty. The judge sentenced her to 3 counts of life imprisonment for all of the murders and a further 10 years each for the 2 attempted murders.
After a sentencing review, Helen is released on parole in 1993. She serves just 13 years in jail.
One of the conditions of her parole was the fact that she didn't have anything to do with children, must not go near children.
2 years after Helen's release, the courts are faced with a compelling problem.
Helen Moore gave birth to her own daughter. The court had no choice but to place her under 24-hour surveillance with a baby for the next 10 years. Helen Patricia Moore is somewhere out there in Australia today. Given the nature of her terrible, terrible crimes, we can only hope that she doesn't get the urge to ever do it again.
These deadly women hit puberty with a bang. Natasha Cornett killed an innocent family for the thrill. Tiana Brown turned her rage on her loved ones. And Helen Moore quietly stole the lives of children. All 3 left devastation in their wake when they committed teen terror.